Remember, life is not an unhealthy competitive race. So relax. You've got this. We're rooting for you. So we'll be here cheering you on from the sidelines every time you tune into High Impact Radio 102.1 FM. There's exciting gifts to be won, great music to be enjoyed, and laughter to be shared. So let's hold hands and jump into June together.
Never let me down.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Hey, cash flash time.
Now money time, oh.
If you not play,
now you lose, oh.
But if you not come win today,
you fit win tomorrow.
Yes, so this na high cash flash where you fit win a wolf money brekete. Just dial star 347 star 972 hash. Select your urban station High Impact 102.1 FM. Then go sama you code where you fit use buy ticket for 500 naira pere. And not forget say the more you buy ticket, the more chances you get to hammer better money. To play and more to you fit also visit our website for highcashflash.com. Time na money.
Oh yeah, dial star 347 star 972 hash to enter the high cash flash.
You see this money?
Last, now we go chop am.
High Cash Splash is powered by Lasho Trading Services Limited and licensed by Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. Not suited for anyone under 18. Play responsibly.
You asked for great radio. Here, we brought you the king. We brought you the king. High Impact 102.1 FM. The king of radio.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Who is the shortest basketball player in the world?
I like your curiosity. I'll tell you. Moxie Bogues is the shortest player in the National Basketball Association history, listed at 5 feet 3 inches tall. He was drafted 12th overall by the Washington Bullets in 1987.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
I'm glad you asked.
High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I've been curious. Who exactly is the youngest swimmer in the world?
Oh, I'll tell you. Alzin Tarek, age 10, is the youngest and fastest swimmer in World Championships history. Tarek has been swimming competitively since the age of 4.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm glad I wowed you.
Good morning, sports fans. Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Sports in a Jiffy on your most exciting breakfast show, the Morning Impact Show, right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. This one is one place where we get to serve it to you fast with a lot of facts, taking you through all the very best of sports stories, making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. We give it to you as we see it, and we expect to hear it from you in the same way. Whether you're an athlete or someone who loves the thrill of the game, I tell you this is the right place for you to be, because the early bird has gone all around the world to catch all of the scores. I'll be right here to give them to you, tiptoeing all of the major stories in the bits and in pieces. Welcome to the show this morning. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, and it's such an honor to be your host on the show. We start from the home front this morning because yes, the National Olympic trials currently underway at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium right there in Edo State, Benin City. Congratulations, definitely turning it around for a couple of athletes, and you can talk about one person who is making history for herself. Talk about history maker Tobiloba Amuson Ikola to the Express after clinching the 4th consecutive national title in the 100-meter hurdles just yesterday. Toby Amuson, who once again asserted the dominance in Nigerian athletics by clinching our first consecutive national title at the Nigerian Olympic Trials held in Benin. Our victory secures a place at the Paris Olympic Games with a stellar performance in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Toby, who currently holds the women's 100-meter hurdles world record, demonstrated her prowess by finishing comfortably ahead of the pack to defend her title in Benin City yesterday. She crosses the line in a swift 12.78 seconds, underlining her status as Nigeria's premier hurdler and one of the best in the world in her discipline. Anyway, from that, talk about another person whose name is definitely going to be on a silver platter at the end of the day. We're talking about Favour Ofili, who is now saying she's ready to go to the Paris Olympics and have fun after claiming the women's 100-meter and 200-meter titles in Benin City. The Louisiana State University graduate spoke after winning the sprint double at the 2024 national trials at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. She ran a new personal best of 11.06 seconds to secure her first national championship in 100-meter title, breasting the tape ahead of African Games silver medalist Olayinka Olajide, who had 11.37 seconds, and Commonwealth Youth Games silver medal winner Justina Ekpeboyan, who had 11.47 seconds in second and third position respectively. The 200-meter was more of a stroll in the park for her, crossing the finish line in 23.32 seconds ahead of Amanachi Obiwa 23.99 seconds and Norfolk Kuprezwa 22.52 seconds in second and third position respectively. Anyway, from athletics talks this morning, let's talk about other sports. Now we're talking about table tennis, just as we are prepping for the WTT contender, which is going to be held right here in Lagos. Another athlete is firing warnings already. Talking about Brazil's Hugo Calderano has signaled his intention to add the WTT contender Lagos to his world table tennis titles after clinching his second WTT star contender title and his sixth WTT Series singles in Slovenia on Sunday. The Brazilian who recorded an explosive 4-0 victory over French tennis sensation Felix Lebrun with 11-9, 11-5, 11-7 and 11-9 to claim the men's singles title just 3 days before the Lagos event, which is going to be holding from tomorrow to 23rd of this month at the Molade Okoya Thomas Hall of the Teslim Balogun Stadium, Surulere. The world number 6 is listed at the top seed for the WTT contender Lagos and has been beaten twice by Lebrun before Sunday's final. Away from that right now, just so you know, from the greens of golf to the octagon of the UFC to the square root of boxing to the pitch of football to the court of basketball and tennis, I've got all of the stories for you. And then let's really talk about the game of UFC. We call it mixed martial arts, where former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya has now announced a showdown with current champion Dricus Du Plessis is set for August 17 at UFC 305 in Australia at the RAC Arena. Conor McGregor and Roberto Whittaker has previously been lined up to headline the event, but Nigerian-born fighter Adesanya took to social media yesterday to make the announcement with a graphic of himself and his opponent for the much anticipated bout. According to him and his caption, he said the sun of Africa is the same sun that lights up our planet. The sun will set and rise again until you walk into it. The sun, enjoy while it shines, darkness falls when it's gone. The caption by Israel Adesanya disclosing the official confirmation from the UFC or Dana White, but an announcement on the championship is expected to come in the coming days before Du Plessis suffered a leg injury during training camp and missed the UFC 293 event in Sydney with the two looking to be ready to face off in the cage last year, but then it didn't happen. However, Sean Strickland, who stepped in for the South African, was able to pull off a massive upset and snatch the title from Israel Adesanya. And with the division currently in disarray, Du Plessis would finally have his chance to win the title of Strickland on his injury return. And now on August 17, Adesanya and Du Plessis will be facing off, finally bringing a lot of anger to the cage. What looks to be a huge pay-per-view match and the all-African matchup at its the already intense rivalry, with both fighters vying for the title of true African champion. Away from that right now to the switch of the net, let's go into the football side of life. Talk about tantalizing stories this morning to get you sizzling and get your day sparkling already. Well, not too good news. This started since the weekend, by the way, and now it looks like axe might just be dangling on Victor Osimhen for that outburst on social media on Saturday. And now the Nigerian Football Federation will in the coming days change the first choice striker of the Super Eagles, Victor Osimhen, for improper conduct over his verbal attack on the former coach of the senior national team of Nigeria, Coach Finidi George. Finidi was the coach of the team until Friday when he tendered his resignation letter following the announcement by the NFF that they will be appointing an expatriate coach who was called out by Napoli forward, was angry over reports that the coach questioned his commitment to the national team. Osimhen went all out on the coach on the reason why he missed the team's World Cup qualifiers against South Africa and Benin Republic, which the country drew 1-1 and also lost 1-2 respectively to drop to 5th in their group, 4 points behind leaders Rwanda. And now it looks like, let's hope the dagger is not just going to be much on Victor Osimhen, because yes, at a point in time, we know that in this part of the world, there used to be a code of conduct for players of the national team, but then at a point in time, it also stopped as well. So maybe they are looking to revive that particular one, and I tell you, it's definitely going to be a good one if you have it back in turn, because yes, over the last couple of years, we've been hearing stories like this, more from the women's side, by the way, talking about Super Falcons, and then a couple of men as well have done the same thing, but then they've been able to just go away with it. So maybe it's the time for the reintroduction of the code of conduct by the Nigerian Football Federation to stamp authority on the national teams of the country. Away from that right now, and yes, big news coming through from the English Premier League is that the fixtures for the oncoming 2024-2025 season has now been made, and yes, with less than 60 days to the start of the new season, we are all gearing up to see who and who will be playing against each other. And yes, right now, Ipswich Town will be hosting Liverpool on the opening day, and Chelsea will be hosting Manchester City. Big draws coming through from the English Premier League. I'll be right here to give you bits and pieces of all the major stories making the rounds in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sport. But before that, let's talk about the Euros. Yes, the European Championship 2024 are currently on the way right now in Germany, by the way. Yes, in Germany. And then I tell you, France were definitely in action last night, winning 1-0. And then you can talk about MVP N'Golo Kante, definitely playing all his heart out for his homeland in that particular encounter. The last set of matches for the match day 1 will be completed today when Portugal will be in action. But then before that, let's take a look at the result of matches that were played yesterday. Golden Generation of Belgium yesterday once again lost out 0-1 to Slovakia. Not too good for Belgium. And yes, it's not just Belgium, but then Romania, 24 years in the waiting, they were able to do it against Ukraine, defeating them 3-0 in their opening game of the Euro 2024. And going straight into more games today, in Group F, Turkey will be up against Georgia 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and the last group game for the match day 1 of the Euro 2024 is going to be between Portugal and Czech Republic 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I'm giving you more bits and pieces of the game between Belgium and Slovakia yesterday, because 2 goals by Romelu Lukaku were definitely ruled out for offside, because they had 2 goals disallowed. Slovakia definitely ran out 1-0 victors over tournament favorite Belgium. Slovakia who greatly held out for a 1-0 short victory against Belgium yesterday after a defensive mix-up gifted Ivan Strans an early goal in the 7th minute of the encounter, and then I tell you, they held on to it to the very end to make sure they got that particular one against Belgium in their Group E encounter. I thought to look out for later tonight, because I tell you, definitely Portugal will be in action, and then Ronaldo and a crop of players will be looking to do it once again this time around. But then France last night leaving a lot of room for improvement, though they had that slim 1-0 victory over Austria. Still taking news coming out from the Euros this morning is that UEFA is investigating an accident of alleged racist abuse during England's 1-0 win over Serbia. According to reports, the complaint has not come from the Football Association and therefore any of the England players, which said they did not have any further details on the situation when contacted by pressmen. UEFA said in a statement yesterday that the Football Association of Serbia was facing charges relating to objects being thrown and the transmission of a provocative message deemed unfit for a sporting event, before adding that an UEFA ethics and disciplinary inspector will conduct a disciplinary investigation regarding alleged discriminatory behavior. Sporting a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. And yes, a such reminder that I can definitely be a part of the big draw that will be happening on 24th of this month. Yes, talking about iCash Splash. iCash Splash is one place where you get to play with just 500 naira. I can be a part of the lucky 3 people that will be winning up to 100,000 naira. All you have to do is to log on to www.icashsplash.com, www.icashsplash.com, and select the number of tickets you want to purchase. You can purchase as many tickets as you want, up to 20 tickets at a go. And of course, the more tickets you purchase, the more your chance of winning is going to be. And in case you don't have a smartphone, all you have to do is to dial the code star 347 star 972 hash, star 347 star 972 hash. You'll be getting a virtual account information. I can use your mobile banking to make the payment or visit the nearest POS agent around you to help you to proceed with your payment. Don't forget, iCash Splash, we're looking to connect you to the high side of life. If I were you, I would definitely be looking to tap into this. Sporting a Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, 70 to you. Fast with the fact, and I'm making a compact for you this morning.
We have zero tolerance for mediocrity. High Impact 102.1 FM.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I go by the name Hype Man High Impact 102.1 FM. Oh yeah, now let's go. Say, who be that fine girl now? Hey, who be that fine boy now? Say, you don't get money, you want to pop something. You don't get money, you want to do remake. Come on, you don't get money. Hey, you want a Bible straight? Let me help your life. Come on, let me help your life. Say, better pay cash splash. Better play cash splash. Hey, now high cash splash. Now high cash splash. For just 500 on our impact. For just 500 on our impact. Come on, oh yeah, daddy school. Say, oh yeah, daddy school. Hey, my friend daddy school. Star 347, star 972 hash, star 347, star 972 hash, or enter our website, iCashPlus.com, or enter our website, iCashPlus.com. We dey play the league draws to pick winners. Oh yeah, just they play. Oh yeah, just they play. Oh yeah, just they play. And you big win money. Count up big spender. You be with money. Hey, count up big spender. You have spread the money. Where's the money? Oh, you have spread the money. Where's the money? Oh, you have spread the money. Where's the money? Oh, you have spread the money. Where's the money? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, play high cash plus. Oh, yeah, play cash plus. Oh, yeah, play cash plus. Oh, yeah, play cash plus. Hey, oh, yeah, play cash plus. 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 Hey, Cash Splash is powered by Lasho Trading Services Limited and licensed by Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Authority. Not suited for anyone under 18. Play responsibly.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
Which club is the first to win Champions League?
That's very easy. Real Madrid. The first Champions League was won by Real Madrid during the 1955 and 1956 season.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
to the Sports in the Jiffy right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. To the intro of the major stories making the rounds this morning. A quick one in the world of tennis this morning. And yes, just 38 days before the start of the Paris Olympics 2024. Big news coming through from the world of tennis, where Ons Jabeur and also Aryna Sabalenka says they will not compete at this summer's Olympic Games in Paris in order to prioritize on their health. World number 3, Sabalenka retained the Australian Open title in January, but lost to Russian teenager Mira Andreeva in the French Open quarterfinals later this month, and that was the first time the Belarusian, who is 26, had lost before the semi-finals of a major since the 2022 French Open. Jabeur, who is the world number 10, has been struggling with a recurring knee injury over the past 2 years, and the 29-year-old Tunisian is concerned about playing on grass and hard court either side of the Olympics. The tennis competition at the Games takes place on clay court at Roland Garros from July 27 to 4th of August, with the US Open beginning just 22 days later. What amazing decision from them, by the way, because yes, it's not too good to play on clay and then you go back to play on the hard court. We're not giving you the feels you want, by the way. Away from tennis talk, okay, let me quickly give this word before I go into the world of basketball. Talk about the slam and the dunks. Wimbledon champion Marketa Vondrousova began a grass court campaign with a straight set win over Spain's Rebecca Masarova at the Berlin Open. The 24-year-old won 6-4-6-3 in the German capital. Will now play Russian Anna Kalinskaya in the next game. The world number 6 became the first unseeded player to win the Wimbledon women's titles and victory over Ons Jabeur in last year's final. Away from that, a quick one in the world of basketball this morning, because I tell you, it's jubilation right there, because the Boston Celtics have been able to beat the Dallas Mavericks, and then they've been able to win the record 18th NBA title. Big news coming out of Celtics, by the way. Of course, yes, they already said we pace for this one, winning 3-0 and the first 3 matches of the series, only for the Dallas Mavericks to come back, and then they had a 3-1, but then the last game that was played at the Celtics Arena yesterday, early this morning, by the way, and they confirmed the victory for the Boston Celtics, securing a record 18th championship as they beat the Dallas Mavericks 106-88 to complete a 4-1 series victory in the NBA Finals. Celtics Jaylen Brown was named most valuable player after a strong defensive display against Dallas. Luka Doncic, the regular season top scorer. Dallas, who kept their hope alive, their title hopes with a 122-84 win on Friday to deny the Celtics a clean sweep in the best of 7 championship series. But yes, in front of their home fans in Boston, the top seeds were inspired to victory by Jason Tatum, who had 31 points performance, and the championship was Celtics' first in 16 years and moves them one clear of the Los Angeles Lakers, who have won 17 in the record book. Away from that, right now, a quick one in the world of transfer bits and pieces, just as we have them on the back pages of the major dailies. Big news coming through is that Sevilla have completed the signing of Nigerian forward Chidera Ejuke. The 26-year-old joins the Spanish club as a free agent, having successfully completed his medical examination and agreed to a 3-year contract. Other news coming through, talk about transfers, is that Napoli have insisted yesterday that Victor Kvaratskhelia is not for sale, as the star Georgian winger agent pushes for a move away from Serie A club. In a statement released on social media in the early hours of yesterday, Napoli said the player is under contract with the club for another 3 years, and Kvaratskhelia is not for sale. Kvaratskelia's agent Mamoka Jugeli told newsmen on Sunday that the priority is for finalizing a transfer with a club that plays in the Champions League. Every player wants to play in the Champions League, by the way. And yes, away from the transfer bid, Manchester City will kick off their bid for a record 5th straight Premier League title away to Chelsea, who are managed by Pep Guardiola's former assistant Enzo Maresca. Talk about the Baldi's League this time around. It's happening right there in the English Premier League, and the fixture was released earlier this morning, and the current champions will visit Stamford Bridge on Sunday, August 18th, to raise the curtain for the 2024-2025 campaign. Pep Guardiola's side on the final day of last season became the first side in history to win the Premier League title for 4 consecutive seasons. Talk about doing a three-peat. A quick rundown of matches that will be played on the first weekend. Manchester United will be hosting Fulham on Friday, 16th of August, and yes, on Saturday, 17th, Ipswich Town will be hosting Liverpool. Talk about newcomers facing a big gun. Arsenal will also be hosting Wolves. Everton up against Brighton and Hove Albion. Newcastle United up against Southampton. Nottingham Forest will be hosting AFC Bournemouth, and West Ham versus Aston Villa. It's going to be the last game of the first match day, and on Sunday, Brentford will be hosting Crystal Palace, and Chelsea will be hosting Manchester City, while on Monday, Leicester City up against Tottenham Hotspur. Sports in a Jiffy it is, and I'll be 17 in a Jiffy. Here's where I'll call it a wrap on the package this morning. Many thanks to you for being a part of the show. Do well to join us tomorrow for another edition of the package. Sports in a Jiffy, your early morning sport tonic, prepping you for what your day is going to look like. I'll take you to the very best stories making rounds in ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sports. We're back tomorrow with another edition of the package. Don't forget that we serve it to you every weekday from 10 a.m. down to the flip side of 10. We'll bring sports up for you tomorrow from 6 p.m. down to 7 p.m. Adeja Ajiboye signing out this morning. Stay sporty, stay active, drinking enough water to stay hydrated. Most importantly, do what to stay safe out there. Stay with us as the morning pass show continues. Omobolade Oladepo is right here alongside Toluwase Akinwumi to take you through the rest of your morning. Have a blessed and highly favored day. Go out there and be the best version of yourself.